So I DM'd her and I'm like, hey, do you talk to Damon? Because he told me that you're his best friend. So I tried my best to give all the details, but it was too many details, so I had to cut some things out. So hopefully you guys can keep up with the story. Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For anyone new, my name is Naya. Thanks for clicking on my video. Don't know why I didn't say that, but good morning. I would say I just woke up, but I really didn't because they're doing construction outside. So I was woken up at like 7. But I said, hey, let's just do a little story time. Today, I'm going to start my side saga. But I've only been a side once. I don't know if I'm gonna call it that. I'm going to be working backwards. So I'm gonna start with my most recent heartbreak, if that makes sense. Basically, we're just taking a dive into my failed love life. Let's get into the video. This is a disclaimer. I'm not trying to bash anybody or talk bad about anyone, even if the person deserves it. I'm just giving the details on how the stuff went down. I'm not going to use names. It's not really recent. It's from January, but it's still an open wound. I'm going to try not to cry. I'm saying this now. I'm not condoning being a side because I should have known my worth and known not to get involved with somebody that was in a relationship. But it's hard when you love someone, and it just basically wasn't the right time for us. I'm sorry, I'm hot. I gotta keep my composure. I'm gonna call this person, we're just gonna use the Vampire Diaries characters. So he's gonna be Damon. If you don't know who Damon is, he's a crazy, toxic, psychotic, killing vampire from the Vampire Diaries.
This is toxic. We are in a toxic relationship.
So we're gonna give Damon, he's gonna be Damon today. I've known Damon since I was 5. No, I had a crush on him, but it was weird because, okay, I'm gonna get into this. I wasn't gonna get into it, but I'm just gonna be truthful. I don't want anybody judging because love is love and age ain't nothing but a number unless it's rape, which it wasn't. But he is 2 years and 5 months younger than me. So I'm 21 now. He's about to be 19 in September. In the summertime, if I was 12, he was 9 because he didn't turn 10 yet because he would be turning 10 in September. Just ignore it. I'm a cougar. That's all.
Well,
I don't really, it was either when I was 12 or when I was 14. Long story short, one time he was outside, I was at the door with my sister, and I just told him to come here. So I told my sister that I was going to kiss him, and she dared me to do it. I wanted to do it, but she dared me, so I was like, oh, okay. So I called him to the door, and I just laid a little peck on him. But it was a little nice kiss. It was a little nice. Oh, he's my neighbor, by the way.
What?
So yeah, just take that into consideration. I'll skip to maybe I was 16, and he used to be shorter than me, but when he hit puberty, he got tall, like 6 feet tall. I think that's how tall he is now, or 6'1" or something. I don't really know. But one time I was going to the store with my sister, or was it my brother? I thought he was gay, but my brother was like, oh no, he got a girl. And I'm just like I was a little bit jelly, but I always used to be like, oh, I don't like him, but my brother knew. My stomach is in knots because the way this situation ended is just so bad. My family and their family are like kind of close. One night we were on the phone and I was basically just confiding in him about my previous relationship, entanglement, whatever you want to call it. I was just telling him that I wasn't talking to boys anymore because I'm sick of and her. He was like really giving me advice, being there for me or whatever. We had got close from that, but it was also a little bit of flirting in the next couple of phone calls, because I think we might have been on the phone like 3 days in a row or something. I don't know. I just stopped talking to him because I just felt bad, because I'm like, you have a girlfriend and I feel like we be flirting, and like I don't want to do that. So yeah, I said it in the beginning. I told him we shouldn't talk and flirt because you have a girlfriend. And he told me we weren't really flirting. He was just trying to be there for me. I felt like we were flirting because I know that I'm a flirt. A couple weeks go by, or a couple days, and he texts me like, are we still cool? I'm like, oh yeah, I just fell back because we were flirting and you have a girlfriend. I think I just said that, but that's how it was. So after that, we didn't really have contact for a while, but I'll always have feelings for him. Like, I always had it, but I just pushed it down because either he was in a relationship or I was in a relationship, or like in 2019, I just wasn't talking to people at all. May came and he went on his junior prom. So I told him that I wanted to go on his senior prom because I didn't really enjoy my prom that much. So he was like, oh yeah, sure. So he went to tell his mom that I wanted to go, and then the next day, and she just was like, oh yeah, he said you want to go on prom or whatever. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh cool, we can do it. So a couple days go by, we was talking about it, whatever. In June, I said I wanted to go on prom with him for the fact that I still had feelings for him. I just like talked to my sister and my brother about it, and I was like, I just want to talk to him and his mom and just tell them like, I still have feelings for you. The crush is there, but like it's turned into more now that we older and more mature. Well, I just sent him a message and I was like, listen, I know you have a girlfriend, but I just need to like put this out there. I still have feelings for you. The crush is more, but we can't happen because you have a girlfriend, and I don't want to do that because that's bad karma.
Well,
we had started talking basically throughout the whole month of June. I just kept saying like, I felt bad and we should stop talking because you have a girlfriend. He just was saying like they was having problems anyway, so he was probably going to break up with her. But I was like, don't break up with her for me. I gave him till the end of summer to figure out what he wanted, like if he wanted to keep talking to me and then hopefully get in a relationship with me, or just stay with her. Because if he wanted to do that, he could do whatever. But we started going on like small dates, and yeah, one time we did it. So I felt bad, but at the time I just had this mentality of, if he don't care, why should I care? But then I also was saying like, I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me because I know how to feel to be heartbroken. And that's what I kept telling him. I was just like after we did it, I just was like, I think you should just tell her. I really do care about you and I care about her. And of course my dumb self just was like, okay, whatever. We're at the stage of me being a side.
and
I'm ashamed of it, but hey, I know if he watches this, he probably gonna be like, I hate this, she ruined it. And I know y'all wondering, well, why didn't you just stop talking to him? It's just, when I love somebody, I really do like put my all into them. Like, I'm not the type of girl, not saying that that's a bad thing, but I just don't even like people. So I don't talk to more than one person because I just don't do that. I'm just all about them. Like, I just really cared about him. It's not past tense. I'm not the type that's like, oh, if I'm not with somebody, I'm not happy, because I was happy before him and I was happy with him and I'm happy now. I'm just upset that I'm not with him. You know, I didn't want to wait. I wanted him when I wanted him. And yeah, September, his birthday came and we went to a hotel. That was like special to me because I only had ever slept with one other boy. We were alone, and it was like, I guess you could say, a trial error of living together. And it was just like magical. Like, it was the best time I ever had. Love was made. It was like the beginning of December. He just started acting weird and I didn't know why. And he would say little slick stuff like, oh, the way you talk to people, that's why we're not together. And we just was arguing about the fact that he was still with his girlfriend. And I'm like, y'all don't spend time together. Y'all don't have sex. That was a lie.
it was all a lie.
They weren't, I just felt like he was in a relationship just to be in a relationship. Obviously, you don't love her if you're cheating on her, but I know somebody's gonna be like, well, he didn't love you, he was cheating on you too. I know. In December, we had gotten into this big argument. He blocked me for like a week. We didn't talk for like a week. I was so distraught because I was so used to talking to him every single day. He stated that he didn't want to talk to me anymore. So I was like, oh, okay, why? And he just never said nothing. But then I was just like, so do you want me to leave you alone? And he was like, basically how he said it was, he wanted me to leave him alone for a couple days. So I did. So we started talking again. A week before everything blew up, I had a notification on Twitter about him mentioning some girl. So I went to go look at it and I'm like, what? Who is this? Because I felt like he was flirting with her. Like, it was flirty, but it wasn't. But I just was like, oh, who's this? And he's like, oh, that's my best friend. Now, I'm going to get into this other story another day. But I already knew from my last thing that when a boy says some random girl is his best friend, they're lying.
I said what I said.
Unless it's really their best friend. But 9 times out of 10, they're lying. So I already knew he was lying. So I followed her on Twitter and on Instagram because I was going to get my answers if he wasn't going to give them to me. January 17th is when all of this stuff happened. I was watching the best friend's story. We're going to call her Vicky. I watched Vicky's story and I saw she posted her lock screen and it was Damon.
Wait a damn minute.
So I DM'd her and I'm like, hey, do you talk to Damon? Because he told me that you're his best friend. So she said, yeah. I immediately FaceTimed her on Instagram. And she said, like, she's not trying to have drama. I'm like, oh no, it's fine. I don't fight over boys. I just want to know the truth. Come to find out, he'd been talking to this girl since the end of November.
Just as I thought. Trash.
So in the beginning of December, when he was like, he didn't want to talk to me no more, but we were still talking, he was also talking to her. And he still had a girlfriend. So she told me everything. I immediately went next door and rang the bell, and his grandmom came to the door and I said, hey, hi, can you ask Damon to come to the door? I need to talk to him. I'm speeding this part of the video up because the story's getting a little too long. Long story short, I called him while he was talking to the other girl and he still was lying dead in my face while the other girl was also on the phone. Same thing here. Long story short, we told his girlfriend, we all talked about the stuff that he would say to us. We sent each other screenshots, blah, blah, blah. And he got mad at me, started sending me hate messages, but was still talking to the other two. They were checking on me here and there, making sure I was cool. And I'm just going to skip to February because this is taking entirely too long and I'm getting irritated. Did he tell them that they was his soulmate? They said no, but he said that to me. So I was like, oh, you're not about to try to act no type of way in front of your girlfriend, whatever she is to you. So I went to cross the street and I went to talk to her because I wanted to know. I was confused as to why. Like, she said she wasn't going to talk to him anymore. I know y'all probably saying, well, that was her boyfriend, so she could do what she want. But this is where I'm coming from because of what she told me. So I'm like, oh, are y'all getting back together? And she's like, oh, no, we're just talking about prom. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, oh, get away. You're doing too much. Like, you're being weird. And I'm like, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Haley. So, and I just felt so hurt. And I just was like, basically like alone. At that point, I did want to hit him. I was about to punch him dead in his face, but I knew my relationship with his little sister would never be the same, and his brother and his mom. So I just, well, basically the whole family. My fist was like this, and then I just was like, but he just kept saying like he don't care about me. So I was like saying stuff just to make him mad. And it was triggering him, which obviously, nobody, if you really don't care, you would have just kept walking and just didn't say anything to me. But you engaged in my toxicity. So that doesn't seem like the end of a love story to me. I know I probably sound very toxic right now, but it's fine. I'm just a believer of true love, or whatever I'm trying to say. It was like a scene from Love and Hip Hop, honestly. Sanaya's getting off the bus. I freaking fall down in the grass, having a freaking panic attack. I don't know. I was crying for like 20 minutes. I just couldn't believe it, like, from all the stuff that we went through and like how happy we were to just that. He called me on February 17th to apologize for how he treated me. And we talked it out. Towards the end, he just was being rude again. But like, he told me him and her weren't together. They didn't have sex on Valentine's Day. And I'm like, okay, you're claiming you don't care about me, so why are you telling me this? You don't love me no more, so why are you telling me? Basically, that's the type of time I was on. Why are you telling me this if you don't care about me? Because you still do. Like, we all know. We all know.
It's okay. We know.
He called me. I knew I shouldn't answer because I just ended up crying after that. Skip to May. I finally came outside because Caroline wanted to make we wanted to do TikTok. So when I came outside, everybody was outside. I said hi to both of them, and then his mom said it, and I was just like, so she doesn't hate me? Or he kept looking at me. I mean, yeah, I was looking at him too. So we just was looking at each other, but like, we would look away if the other person noticed. So his brother came over and he was like, when I came out, he was like, oh, you know, you missed that. And yeah, so her birthday, Caroline's birthday, came at the end of May, and that was the first day that his mom like talked to me after everything. So they were having like a seafood boil or whatever outside, and she asked me did I want some seafood, and like, I was shocked.
I was shocked, honey. I was in tears almost.
That she was talking to me, because I'm like, I thought you hated me. What's going on? Does everyone like me again? It was kind of like that. I sat down with them, was eating. I was a little nervous, I guess, because I hadn't been around them. We all went inside the house to sing happy birthday. Then when I was coming out, he was coming in, and we just like looked, and that was it. In June, there was a Father's Day block party. I just looked cute, cause period. Alright, I was a little drunk, I'm not gonna lie. I was a lot drunk. And he was also, I saw him, he was taking shots and he was drinking beer. So I was talking to his brother and his brother girlfriend, and I was like, I kind of just want to say something just to see like if he going to talk to me. But if he don't talk to me, then I'm just gonna walk away, because I'm not about to be salty trying to talk to him and he just look at me like. Basically, the staring kept happening, but nothing happened. I'm just gonna skip to now. I have this email that I really want to send, because that's the only way I can contact him, because he literally blocked me on everything. I'm coming to the realization that we really probably aren't going to ever talk again, and that kind of hurts because
I love you.
Then stop loving me.
I can't.
we talked about a lot of stuff for our future. Like, I know and he knows what our feelings were. Yes, I shouldn't have been a side. Yes, we shouldn't have talked while he had a girlfriend. That's my karma, me being broken. But I just feel like it was just at the wrong time. Like, if we would have talked while he didn't have a girlfriend, maybe. I'm trying to put myself back together, but I'm really hurting. Like, with how much I loved him or love him, I don't like how we ended things, and I don't like just thinking about the fact that we probably won't ever talk again. It just really hurts. Like, and I know for the people that's like, if he treated you like that, why do you still want to be with him? I know I'm just a sucker for love. I don't know. We all have that one person that no matter what, you still want to be with them. And he is my person. I don't even know what I was saying. At the end of the day, we always said, like, I always told him I was always going to love him. So it's always going to be a place in my heart for him, no matter what. And even though all that stuff happened, I still do deeply care about him.
One eternity later.
Okay, I had to take a break because I was getting too emotional. But that's all for now. I don't really know. I mean, I know where we stand. He doesn't want to talk to me, so whatever. Thanks for tuning in to this very emotional, truthful video. Part 1 of my side saga, Heartbreak series. If you enjoyed this, which I hope no one didn't because it's sad, but if you enjoyed the story time, like and subscribe and hit the little bell for more videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.